are back with another episode, second one of 2025 of Paul Mort Talk Shit. And today, I am hosting the world famous Mr. Ian Lambert. Ian has been with us for quite a while inside of Unstoppable, as I'll sure we uncover. And his transformation has been sensational, as I'm sure you're going to share. So welcome to the show, Mr. Ian Lambert.
Thank you very much.
How are you feeling?
Great.
Great.
Yeah,
I thought you were going to
great.
say nervous / excited, but you're feeling great.
Yeah, I'm nervous. Yeah.
All right. What are you nervous about?
I don't know. Been on a podcast.
All right. So here's what we're going to go in. I remember the first time I met Ian and the second time I met Ian, and there was a distinct story that happened. So I'm just going to go straight in with some questions, Ian. Ian, where were you at before you came in the program? Where were you at?
So it's been 6 years now, I think, though.
Fucking hell, 6 years. Jesus.
January 2019.
Shit, man. 2019. Shit, man. Mate, what's mad about that is, I know this is about you, but January 2019, there was literally just me.
Yeah.
I didn't even have a team. Now we've got like a team of 8. So there would have been just me on fucking Facebook Lives, probably.
Yeah.
And what program did you join?
Yeah, it was a Transformation.
Shit. Wow. What made you join?
So I don't even know if I followed you on Facebook. I was getting emails. Somehow I ended up on the email list.
I probably still get them.
Oh, yeah.
Since 2019, you probably had over 1,000 emails.
Probably have, I. And so I was in like not a great place, drinking all the time.
You would call yourself, because I've seen you do the keynote before, obviously, and it's you are the fat. What did you call yourself? Fat boozed up builder.
Just a fat boozed up builder, yeah. Just your typical fat boozed up builder.
Yeah.
Wrong environment, hang around with the wrong people, pub after work. Pretty sort of nothing to aim for, no goals.
Yeah.
I would do stuff like, I would tell me missus I was working late, but I was going to the pub early, drinking till whenever, driving back, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, pretty overweight, just not in a good. And I never used to be like that. Like when I was younger,
yeah,
I was always dead sporty.
Yeah.
Always had goals, ambitions, and stuff like that, and it just sort of fell apart.
Yeah. So how did you end up there? Were you just drifting? Were you cruising? Were you coasting? Like, how did you end up there? Like,
so I was never always in the building industry. I started off. I went to uni, and then I left uni and I joined a business that used to train people to drive diggers and stuff. I ended up working my way up to like a sort of director level in that, quite quickly in that business. Yeah. The director actually died and the business fell apart. Then I went into coaching badminton because I used to be a good badminton player, as you know.
Well, Ian's saying this. So what happened was, recently we had an Unstoppable paddle tournament, padel, and Ian battered everybody, and he said he'd only played paddle a couple of times, but it later transpired that he played badminton at like national level, right?
Yeah. Well, no. Yeah, I was pretty decent.
Well, you were a coach, so you could hit a ball.
I'm
saying a ball. You could hit a shuttlecock.
Aye.
Yeah.
So
Nina came in from school yesterday. She said she'd been playing badminton. Your dad had been playing badminton today. She said, have you ever hit one of them shuttlecocks? I was like, what? Shuttlecock? I was crazy. Anyway, so you were a badminton player, you were a coach.
So I went into coaching, and then I didn't like that. It was really bad hours, night times, weekends, and so I decided I wanted to do property development.
Oh, shit.
So I borrowed some money off my dad, bought a property, and we started doing property development. That's when I started picking up different trades, plastering, plumbing, all that sort of stuff. Yeah. And then as I was doing that, I was buying properties, selling them, keeping some, renting them. I've still got some of them now.
Yeah.
But I was getting asked to do different jobs. So I sort of worked my way into the construction industry.
Yeah.
I was doing plastering for people. I was doing little building jobs.
Yeah.
And then...
outside taps.
Yeah. I did loads outside taps. So I started getting in with like builders, tradesmen, all that sort of stuff. So then at the same time I had an injury, so I stopped playing badminton. Like completely stopped. It did my knee really bad. Playing badminton as well. So the fitness stopped. I started getting in with like other tradesmen and stuff like that, and
lads.
Just lad stuff.
Yeah.
Wrong environment.
Yeah.
And that's when all the drinking came in and all that sort of stuff. And that was like back in mid-20s. So from mid-20s to sort of mid-30s was like, I would just say it was like a slow sort of decline, like a bit of a rot.
Yeah.
then it just got to a point where I was like, right, this has gone a bit far here.
And what was the point?
I was in Centre Park, so we had a little. It was December 2018. I remember it really well.
Fucking Centre Parks in December. Holy shit! You may as well go to fucking Barbados. It's the same price.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Aye, so having a family holiday, and then I was getting your emails and stuff, and
sorry about that.
What I did was, I had a building company at the time, and I told Jill, my wife, that I had a job to price. We're in the chalet in Centre Parks.
Yes.
I said I need some peace and quiet. The kids are only little.
Yeah.
Toddlers, basically.
Yeah. Handful.
A handful, proper handful. So she was dealing with them, and all I could think about was like, I need a pint, I need a drink. So made this excuse, basically lied, went off, left the chalet, found the nearest sports bar, I think it was, in Centre Parks. Necked about 6 pints, came back, and I remember the moment like so well. I was looking at my phone, and I read your email, and you basically described like what I was doing.
Oh shit!
Like boozed up.
Yeah.
I wasn't sniffing the stuff, but lying to your missus and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And that was when I reached out to you.
Yeah.
So that was like the moment where I had enough.
That was the tipping point.
Aye. And then in the December, I think it was before Christmas, I ended up on the phone with you.
Shit.
I even remember.
I got on the phone with someone.
You got on the phone.
Jesus Christ, must have been a while ago.
I was in East Bolton. I remember parking the car because I saw you ring and I was like, shit.
Yeah.
So I pulled over.
Yeah.
And I had a conversation with you.
Yeah.
Aye.
I think I remember I was driving somewhere, I think.
Yeah, you might be, aye.
Yeah. And then just tell us. I love the next story, is the best one. So you joined the Mansformation, you joined the program. What were you, so obviously you've been reading me emails for a while. Like, what were some of the things that kind of held you, like, what were your hesitation about doing something sooner? Because what I do is not, like, what I do, especially back then, it's not, people didn't know what that was because you're a tradesman, you're from the Northeast, I'm from the Northeast. Like, what even is it? So what were some of the things that were holding you back? What were some of the things what were your hesitations about jumping in? Because everyone has those.
I think it was, I knew I had to change, but I was sort of scared to take the plunge.
Yeah.
It wasn't so much of, there was a little bit of I knew that if I'd joined your program, there was going to be some sort of financial commitment.
Yes.
So it was a little bit like, it's going to cost us money.
Yes.
But it was also,
I'm going to have to now make some changes.
Am I ready to like change? Because I thought I was comfortable.
Yeah. So we got
living a comfortable life.
got in and we jumped on the phone. What were your kind of first impressions of what was going to happen?
So you said one of the questions you asked was what do you need to get handled right now?
Yeah.
And I just said fitness.
Yeah.
So I said I can't take my top off. I hate me the way I look.
Yeah.
Fitness has gone basically.
Yeah.
5-6 stone overweight.
Fucking hell, man.
And you said my mate is running a charity boxing event in 3 months' time, end of March.
Yeah.
When are you going to sign up?
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like,
what's that? Did I just say, when are you going to sign up? Wow, that is a...
So you said his name's Chris Goodall. He said, find him on Facebook, send him a message, tell him you want to be in.
Yeah, was that fucking 7 years ago, that?
6
years ago. Jesus Christ. Because he's just off at Max. He messaged me yesterday saying, can Max fight on the 29th of March or the same date? But we're at Alton Towers.
That was the one, the March one.
Was it? Shit.
It was at Rainton Meadows. So yeah, you basically said, like, let us know when you've
signed up.
And I was like, fucking hell, okay.
Yeah.
So I got off, messaged him.
Yeah.
I even messaged you saying I've messaged Chris.
Yeah.
I'm in basically.
Yeah.
Did all the training.
Yeah. How did you find the training?
Really uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's hard.
I actually love sparring now.
Yeah.
That fight was the most scared I've ever been.
Is it?
Ever. Aye.
Shit.
Yeah. Actually, no, it wasn't. Speaking on that stage at your
at Goodison Park.
Aye.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did all the training. Fight night arrived, and and
that's a big arena, that, by the way. That's no fucking joke.
I think that was his biggest one. It
would have been
about 1,000 people.
It would have been. What they do at that event is they bring a lot of guys that have fought before, and the smaller shows, and they put them on again, and they get
He had the Flames came up. And all
that. Class. Aye.
So
class.
It was a good event, but turned up and you were the corner man for the guy I was fighting.
So just to put this in context to you guys, because it is quite mad, Ian turned up to have this fight after 3 months of training, and part of it was, the training wasn't part of my program, but fitness is obviously part of what we do here, because mental health needs physical support. Your business will only grow as much as you do, and getting a handle on your fitness just increases your capacity and your ability to deal with stress. So Ian's turned up for this fighter after all this training and all this being part of my program, and then I was in the corner for the other guy. The guy was called Craig, I think, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Craig, yeah. So I corner out of these boxing shows quite a lot. I actually got back in, mate. I cornered my son in one of Chris's shows recently. I was like,
that was brilliant,
mate, I have missed that environment. That fighting environment just is fucking, it's lit for me. So I'll tell you the story now about what happened with Ian. So Ian, I cornered the other guy. The guy was taller, so I was like, listen, just fucking jab him straight in the face. And the guy was much taller than him. I was like, you got to stay behind your jab. And then he literally, plastered your nose across your face quickly, didn't he?
Yeah. First punch,
Yeah. First punch, nose spread across his face, blood everywhere. And then, what were you thinking when you were in there?
Well, I thought when the bell rang, I walked towards the centre of the ring. I was like, he's going to take. We'll have a bit of a dance. We'll get into it a bit.
Yeah,
he literally just stuck a right hand straight down the middle. There was just blood everywhere.
Yeah, I remember.
So my first instinct was just, right, okay, well, I just get stuck.
We're in it now.
Keep moving forward. So I just kept moving forward.
Yeah, you did.
And he was bigger and taller, but
he couldn't keep up with your pace. You just kept putting it on him, and he eventually gassed. I think if it had finished after that round, you would have been dead.
But I was still carrying
your pressure, your fitness, your pressure, your fucking courage, your fucking in his face. That's what beat him. Yeah.
I just resilience, really, just sticking in. But
class. What sort of impact would you say that boxing bit had on your life? Like,
well, that was so I remember it so well, because that was like the start of my sort of fitness. That was the start of everything for me, really. Like the whole fitness, the business, and everything.
Yeah.
Because that was when you never really give us a choice. I think you knew that I had to do something. So that was a time when I had to take like massive action.
Yeah.
And I think you knew it. So that's
I mean, there's so many people who just come in with like, well, do you know what my fitness goal is? Because we, inside the program, we do focus, which is your mindset, your fitness, which is your health, obviously. We do finance, which is growing your business. We do family, which is getting a handle on your relationships. And then we do fun, which is the whole point in everything. And so many people come up with a goal. Well, do you know what my goal is for fitness? Just to lose a bit of weight. I'm like, mate, fuck off with that shit.
Yeah,
you got to do something. You do. I'm going to lose a bit of weight. It's not enough, man. So if I want to lose weight, I'm going to do a jiu-jitsu comp. I'm like, do a boxing match, do a fucking charity challenge, do whatever it is, but don't set lose weight as a goal, because it doesn't fucking work.
Yeah.
It's not exciting enough. Everyone knows I need to lose weight, but it's got to be, if it's a wedding, that's different, or if it's a holiday, it might be a bit different, or if it's a photo shoot, like you signed up for that recently, right?
Yep.
Yeah, but it's got to be something that has a lot of fucking accountability attached to it and a lot of like leverage to it. So boxing is such a great thing because, mate, I love combat sports. I think in terms of developing your mentality, your mindset, your health, your just outlook on life, I don't think there's anything like fighting.
No, I don't think there's anything like fighting. But that fight was like, so what I got from that, doing that whole boxing thing, was when you originally told us to sign up.
Yeah.
I thought there's no way I can do this. So it was like completely unrealistic.
Yes.
From where I was at the time.
Yeah.
So, but then I went and did it.
Yeah.
So I just followed a process, which was like what Chris, the coach, told us to do. You come to the 3 sessions a week.
Yes.
And we'll get you there.
Yeah.
You're not going to be anything amazing, but you're going to get in the ring.
You're going to have enough to fight.
And you're not going to get your head knocked off, basically. Yeah. So we did it.
Yeah.
So I just thought, well, I want to set myself another goal. So
because if you can do that, I believe, and I saw this in my son straight away. That's why I was so. He asked for the fight, and Leslie was like, "Oh no, he's only 13. He shouldn't be punched in the head. It's scary for a mum. It's like fucking hell, my son's fighting." Even for me, I was a little. I actually wasn't that nervous, but I was like, I knew that whatever happened in the fight, whether he won or he lost, something would change in his brain. Something changes in your brain. I could, within an hour of that fight, I was like, he's changed. Something's changed in his brain instantly.
You get like a confidence because you're like, I've stepped. Stepping in that ring is like, you can't even explain.
99.999% of the world will never do that. And after his fight, we had a Christmas party and he came along and people were like, who's who's this man you brought with you?
Aye.
Not only because he's massive, but he was like talking to people. And I'm like, I knew that would happen. I've seen
Yeah.
it happen to so many people because there's just something about getting in the ring, like you say, it changes your brain. I've done that.
Yeah.
What else can I do?
And once the bell goes, like, it all changes again. The nerves go, don't they?
Yeah.
You're like, I'm in it now.
Yeah, this is the bit, I can't get out now.
So you get like a confidence, and I think it's that confidence. And I was like, right, I can do stuff now.
Yeah.
So I decided I wanted to do a triathlon.
Mm-hmm.
And again, at the time, I was like, no way.
Yeah.
So, but I just thought, well, I did the boxing. I just basically translated everything across to somebody else. So I signed up for a triathlon, carried on. I thought, well, this goal setting stuff works.
Yeah.
Which I'd learned from the program.
Yeah, and you were still setting goals in all the other areas, right?
Everything, fitness, finance.
I want to ask you
family.
about some of the business stuff and the time stuff, especially later. But we'll stick on this triathlon thing.
So another goal, triathlon. Again, booked it, accountability, put it on Facebook, all that sort of stuff. Did the thing, did the triathlon. Then I wanted to do it again, so I think I set myself. I did an Ironman, which is like a quite an event, like a triathlon.
Yeah.
COVID
What's the
hit.
distances on an Ironman?
Ironman's 2.4 mile swim and a 112 mile bike ride, and then a full marathon at the end.
Yeah.
It's pretty mad, like, but
Yeah.
so I set that. That was during COVID. The event got cancelled. I did it anyway. Did it on my own.
And this is the point, if you haven't already, we realise that Ian's a little bit mental. So not only did 99.99999% of the world never do an Ironman, even more than that, never do it on their own.
Yeah, I did that on my own eye.
Yeah.
So
That's pretty mad. Why did you still do it when you didn't have to? Because many people would be like, oh, well, it's cancelled.
because I had told people I was going to do it, and I had signed up for a charity. I'd raised money, and I was just.
You said you would.
I was just accountable. I said I would.
He said he would, and Ian's clearly a man of his word. He's clearly somebody that keeps promises and sticks to them, which is very fucking rare, by the way. I believe, especially with men these days, men just fucking, they make promises they can't keep, they break agreements, they don't stick to their word. And I think that this is an interesting concept, which is you care about what people think,
Yeah.
but you don't use it as an excuse. You use it as leverage.
Yeah.
Many people, they'll use well, I'm worried about what they'll think. I'm like, good. Use it as leverage. This is what I did when I said I wasn't going to drink for a year. As soon as I made it public, I knew it was game over because I didn't want to look like a cunt. I didn't want to be laughed at. I didn't want to look stupid. That's essentially, you're using that to your advantage, right?
Yeah. I don't know anybody else who had signed up for events during that whole COVID thing, where they still did something.
Yeah.
Everybody I know was just like, it's cancelled.
It's cancelled, aye. Mate, you seen businesses fold, and I was like, how is your business folded? Do you know what I mean? There's a story in my book, my brand new book, which is available now on Amazon and Audible and in all good bookstores. It's called Upgrade, the no bullshit the no bullshit guide to leveling up your life. And there's a story in there about two gym owners that I coached at the time in lockdown, both in the same city. They were both from Dublin. One of them went out of business and the other one made more money than he did before. And all the difference was the mindset. It wasn't where they lived. It wasn't the city. It wasn't the clients. It was one of them hid behind the sofa, used it as an excuse, and the other one fucking doubled down. And that's all that happened with you, right?
Yeah, doubled down. When I got back from, when everybody came back to work, everybody came back like double the size. I was like fucking fit as fuck, like trim as out.
Everyone came back double the size. You came back half the size, right?
Yeah.
You shape your life.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting?
Just through setting goals and basically doing what I said.
Not using it as a fucking excuse. So we did the triathlon. Everyone's came back, and you're in the shape of your life. Why not just stop there?
I don't know. I just knew that this worked. This goal setting thing in all areas of your life.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to carry it on.
What kind of comments were you getting from people? Like, because not everyone's comfortable with that. Like, were people saying weird shit to you?
I had a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Midlife crisis, all that sort of stuff.
And then
what you doing?
I think we all know
Why
not everyone knows what's going to come next, but this is the bit that I want to hear about the most. We did the Ironman. Again, why did you not just leave it at that? Because you knew the goal setting worked?
I knew it worked, but I also knew that from the experiences that I've had, setting myself hard challenges that seemed unrealistic and like not impossible, but
Most people wouldn't. Most people would deem it impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just got a lot out of it.
Yeah.
Got a lot of confidence out of it.
Learn a lot about yourself. Give you confidence. That's how you get confidence, I believe, by doing hard stuff. You can't get confident without doing hard stuff. You'll never get self-belief while you continue to avoid hard stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was having an impact. I was raising money for a local charity.
Yeah.
So
how did that confidence then translate over into your business?
It just does. It just goes back to doing hard shit.
Yeah.
Every now and then.
If I can do that, then
if I can do that, I can do it. It's the same. It's all just a mindset, isn't it?
yeah, I did that. I thought that. It sounds weird, this, but when I finished that 12 months no booze, I completed that and I was like, holy shit, if I can say no, because saying no is different for me. Saying yes, I find fairly easy. Like, I can go and do that and I'll take that on. Of course I will. But actually saying no to this thing that's so socially accepted. In fact, when you're on a holiday in an all-inclusive hotel, they get offended when you say you don't want to drink. It's mad. The staff are like, what? I'm like, no, I don't drink. What? You're Muslim? No, I'm not. I just don't drink. And then, but actually when I completed that challenge, that gave me more self-belief than most of the other things that I've done, because I'm like, saying no is quite hard, so I totally get it. So it translated into your business and that you had more confidence. You knew you could take on hard shit.
Yeah, but like what you said before, like, sort of, you're fitter, you're healthier, you're in a better place altogether.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're not drinking as much because
it doesn't fit.
I do drink, but I couldn't go out on a Friday and Saturday night and get pissed because I'd had sort of training sessions planned the next morning.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no room for it anymore.
You kind of you just feel better in general, so things don't feel as much of a bind.
Yes.
You can get excited about stuff.
Yeah, you're more likely to take on challenges. You can handle difficulty like you couldn't before. You can handle stress, pressure like you couldn't before because you're healthier, fit, and your energy's better.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you believe in yourself a little bit more. What was next?
So the next challenge was I decided that I wanted to try and break a world record.
Why?
Because it seemed impossible.
Okay.
And I thought I wanted to see if I could do it.
Yeah.
Curiosity.
Curiosity. Yeah. Nice.
And I've still got some curiosity, and I've still got some ideas.
Okay. Tell me about the world record.
So I came up with this idea that I wanted to break the world record for just a triathlon, the longest triathlon without rest. So once you start, basically, you can't stop. You can't stop for any longer than 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. So you've just got to basically carry on going. So,
what were the numbers?
The swim was supposed to be 7 mile, but I got lost and swam 9.5.
How do you get lost, by the way?
So I created this sort of triathlon. It was started at Ullswater in the Lake District. Mm-hmm. So the swim was basically end to end, which is 7 mile if you swim the right way.
Right.
Get the end of Ullswater. I hopped on the bike, cycled 172 mile, I think, and then finished the bike ride, got me running shoes on, I ran 43 mile.
Okay.
So I did
totally normal, this. Totally normal behaviour for a builder.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to think about that. This is why I keep bringing that thing up. I'm like, you're doing that, which is fucking incredible and inspiring, but you're also running a business. You're not a full-time athlete / influencer who does it for the likes. You're also running a fucking business and running a family. That's pretty fucking mad, really.
Yeah, but all this helped with it. It helped get us.
How can you do both of them at the same time?
You just get better at scheduling. You get better at prioritizing your time.
Because that achievement in its own would be worth jumping in on. Like, am I going to? Like, that's an amazing achievement. What was your mindset like? Did you feel like giving up, etc.? But you got to also consider you're not an influencer celebrity that's doing this thing.
Yeah,
you're doing it as well as running a business and a team, not just running it, but growing it and having 2 kids and a fucking wife. Like, that's mad. Share me a little bit about that, because it's not just scheduling, is it? Talk to me about it. Like, what would your tips be for someone that...
It's not
I'm
just
not saying what would your tips be for someone that's looking to break a triathlon world record and grow the business. Just what would your tips be for somebody that has a busy fucking life and wants to get it handled?
No, it's not just scheduling, but it's more about prioritizing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You need to prioritize something above something else. So it's like if you have a look at your screen time every week, how much time you spent looking at your phone,
you're not that busy.
You get a shock.
It is shocking.
Yeah.
So it's about choosing what the priorities are, what moves the business forward, what doesn't move the business forward, what's a waste of time, where I'm pissing away time, because time becomes even more precious when you're that busy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you're highly accountable to something, which I got quite good at doing, I got quite good at giving myself quite a high level of accountability.
Yes.
You'll find ways of fitting stuff in.
Yeah.
And prioritising that time to do the things that you want to do.
Yeah.
So you're just spending the majority of time doing like high value tasks.
Yes. So you're doing high value tasks. Talking about team, because I know you've had a big team, you've got a team now. Like, how do you manage that as well? Because we get a lot of guys that come in the program and they're like, I've got a team, but they're fucking shit. Like, how do you get the most out of your team? How do you delegate? How do you trust them?
Again,
I think this is the hardest part of business.
Yeah,
People.
And
People are the best part and the hardest part.
And I'm still learning all the time.
Me too.
So make mistakes, learning, trying something else.
Yeah.
Make mistakes, but when you've got it, so I had started to build a team back then. Because delegation is massive as well.
Yeah, huge.
Like if you can delegate all the stuff that you don't like doing, that can free up a massive amount of time for you to do.
Either things that you like doing or things that actually bring money into the business.
Yeah. And I got quite good at
that trade, right, Ian? That trade is notorious. That building industry is notorious for fucking cowboys, gentlemen's agreements, subbies. Do you know subcontractors where there's no actual contract? That your trade is, and I deal with a lot of tradesmen, hundreds of tradesmen. We've got a lot in the program, and their biggest challenge is always team, always. Because they can't find anyone reliable, they can't find anybody that'll do the job properly, they can't find people that stay. Like, what are some of the things that you've learned there?
Yeah, so what I did, whether I did it on purpose or by accident, I sort of delegated stuff that I really... So I hate pricing work, like pricing jobs and all that sort of stuff. So the first thing I did was employ somebody who can price work for us. So that freed up loads of my time.
And energy, probably.
Yeah, because I was going home pricing work every night.
Yeah.
Spending loads of time on it. So straight away, that freed up a lot of my time.
Yeah.
So building a team was, again, it's...
There's a lot of amateur shit happens in it. There's so much amateur shit happens in the industry like that. Like but I suppose what you did is you took, like, because that it's so amateur that I suppose you just went pro a little bit. You went a little bit, I don't want to say professional because it sounds stuffy, but you did.
Do you think it's a mindset thing though for a lot of people, because
100% they employ their mates?
They employ their mates. They feel like it's just gonna cost them money.
Yes.
And also,
and I think part of them still wants to be one of the lads.
Yeah.
So you start bringing people in, you're like, oh shit, well, I'm just one of the lads, so I'm just going to treat them like one of the lads, and I'm going to be one of them. I think at some level you've got to go, I'm the fucking boss here, man.
Yeah, and I've done that as well.
Yeah.
It's hard to break away from that.
Yeah, it is. Even for now, I'm the boss, but because you still want to have good relationships with people.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's a lot of, like you said, the mindset of it's going to cost me money, but also the mindset of, well, I'm just going to hire me mates because I'm one of the lads, and then they don't respect you and they treat you like shit and they turn up when they want and they do a shit job. Like, that's something that you've had to overcome as well, right?
Yeah. Definitely. Loads all the time. But when you're thinking about when I was thinking about hiring people, so sometimes it's about making you've got to think about the right hire as well.
Yeah.
A lot of tradesmen will think if you're a plumber, for example,
I need another plumber.
I'm busy, I need another plumber.
Yeah.
But
so I can do more admin.
Aye. But you're shit at admin.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
and you hate it. I see that in every trade that happens.
And that's why so loads of tradesmen are like running around and they end up hating their job because they're trying to do everything.
Yeah.
But they actually like the plumbing or the
because that's why they got into the business. They like the trade. They like being on the tools. I mean, there's a lot of guys that are like, actually, I don't want to be on the tools anymore. But I think you're right. The first thing that they delegate is the thing they started the business for.
Yeah,
so they can do more shit that they hate.
I stayed on site for a long time.
Yeah,
that's why I had Phil come in who's doing all the pricing. We had like admin stuff and stuff like that because I knew that I hated all that was the thing that was making us hate the whole thing. Yeah. So, but I like being on site. I like doing stuff.
Yeah. Because you're working on the site from morning till night. That's living all right. You know that song?
Yeah.
Bring your boots out on Monday.
Aye.
Sorry, mate. So, let's rewind this. So, we're doing this world record triathlon. We're getting brilliant at delegation, prioritization, planning, and all that kind of shit. let's come back to this fucking world record triathlon attempt then. I mean, I almost said, was it hard?
Yes. So,
Yes.
do you know what the hardest part about these things is? It's not even the event. It's
Is it the training?
It's the training.
Yeah. Why? Because it's time.
It's a build up to it. That's where you build your resilience. That's where you learn your discipline. That's where you learn.
Do you know what just popped into my mind there? Is there's this old quote about, like, if you want to shine under the lights, it's about what you do in the dark.
Aye.
Because when you're training, no one's giving you a fucking round of applause.
They're not.
No one's clapping you. No one's saying well done. No one's donating. There's no live videos of you doing your training. You're not getting, that's what it's like writing a book, mate.
Yeah.
Writing a book is like being fucking locked in Fissel's basement.
Aye.
I probably shouldn't say that, but I just did. Cancel me. But you don't get the round of applause until you're finished.
Yeah. So it's everything that you do before.
When no one's watching.
It's the same in business. Like if somebody has some success in business, it's like,
They've made it overnight.
yeah.
Yeah, I see that with Chris Williamson, who's obviously a world famous podcast host. Chris fucking, everyone wants to do what he's doing, but he's done 3 podcasts a week for about 8 years.
Aye.
He's almost, I saw yesterday, I think he's on to 900 episodes.
Fucking hell.
That's fucking unbelievable. But
But-
people
but-
are saying
but
he's
they've
just
drafted
blown
the
up. He hasn't blown up.
Drafted the arse off.
He's took fucking
years.
9 years of a 9-year overnight success. It's the same thing.
So it's the same thing.
Yeah.
So
And what kept
the
you going?
training's really hard.
What kept you going during the training? Just the fact that you said you would do it?
Yeah.
Because it would be easy to skip sessions. How long would some of them sessions be, the training sessions where no one's watching?
So I was getting up. The training obviously builds up to a point where you're doing I was doing 20 hours a week at some point, which is a lot.
What's one session?
So I was building up to a point sometimes on a weekend. I was getting a taxi at 2:00 in the morning,
Oh, shit.
taking us 40 mile away from the house and running back. and being back in time before the kids get up so I can
Fuck off.
spend the day in that with the kids.
That is fucking insane.
Not
Wow.
every weekend.
I didn't know that. That's mad.
Aye, so
Sometimes you get a taxi.
I never told anybody I was doing that.
Yeah.
Jill knows I was doing that and stuff,
Yeah.
but yeah, so I was getting in a taxi, telling them to take us like 40 mile up the road.
Taxi driver would have thought you were fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Who have you murdered?
I just thought I was off a night out.
Where's the body?
Yeah.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. So, where are you going to a house party? I was like, no,
Running back.
I'm running home.
I'd immediately drop you out because I think you were a serial killer.
Yeah.
This
so,
cunt's going to fucking stab me in a back alley and put me in the boot and drive in the river.
I was driving to the Lake District. I was doing like 12 hours on the bike in the Lake District on my own.
What made, because you could easily skip that.
Yeah.
What was the thing that, because there's got to be some voices in your head.
So-
Do you know what? No one will know if you missed this.
One of the best things I ever did was I employed a coaching company to basically, and this is another great tip as well.
Yeah.
Like
So specialist.
get somebody else to do as much for you as possible. So
the programming.
yeah, program your training.
Yeah.
It's like hiring a business coach.
So you
to
had
be
some
part-
accountability inside of the training as well.
Yeah,
You weren't
so
just.
it's all done on an app.
Yeah.
And I always knew, like, Damo, the guy who does me, he still does it now. If I skip sessions, he knew.
Yeah, so someone's watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's ex-army. You'd always give us a little text if I missed a few sessions saying,
Yeah.
are you all right? Like, notice you missed a few sessions. And
Yeah.
I'd hate it.
Hate it, yeah.
Fucking hate it. So I'd be like, every session, I'd be like, I need to do something.
Yeah.
So quite often, I'd just start a session, even if I wasn't in the mood, which I quite often wasn't. I'd be like, I'll just go out and do half it.
Yeah.
You know yourself, once you started.
10 minutes in. Yeah, I'll just do the
You're
I'll
right.
just do the warm up.
So I'd kid myself into getting into sessions like that.
Yeah.
But that was huge accountability. Because you watch, records everything. It goes straight on the app.
Yeah.
And so that kept us
I'd
going.
have tired of watching me watch to a fucking dog, probably. Yeah,
kept us
come
going.
here. Yeah, come here. Fucking sat to watch to a dog.
The charity, I love the charity.
Yeah. So the charity is
Raise money, Dragonfly Cancer Trust.
Dragonfly. And why did you choose them?
They're just local and small.
Yeah.
Um,
And you know where the money's going.
know where the money's going.
Yeah.
They help children, young adults who in end of life care.
Yeah.
So really sad, but
Yeah.
so I always tell Jane, who's the CEO of that charity, I'm doing this event.
Yeah.
And once I've said that, it's like I can't kind of
Shit. Yeah.
How
You
you
can't
pull
let
out.
them kids down.
so
Shit. That's a huge level of accountability.
yeah. But like I say, it's all like.
Was there any point in that triathlon thing where you felt like, fuck this, I'm out?
Oh,
It won't matter. No one's that bothered. I've done okay. I've done half of it.
If
I'm
you can
nearly
get to the
there.
start,
Yeah.
you've done well. So I got the start. It was 4:30 in the morning, pitch black.
In
September.
Ullswater?
Ullswater. So I had my dad with us.
Yeah.
Me,
Your dad
dad's
questioning your sanity?
one man band.
Is he?
like,
Was he questioning your
supportive.
sanity? He's
Oh,
like, what the
yeah.
fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's always supported us. So
Yeah.
always doesn't matter
Yeah.
what I do. So he had a little rowing boat, like a little plastic rowing boat.
Right.
So I said, "Dad, it'd be no bother." Like one of the first things he said was just like, "It's pitch black. Like how are you going to know where we're going?" I said, "I don't know, but I'm here now, so
Well, let's go.
we just set off."
Yeah.
So about an hour and a half later, the sun came up, and I remember stopping, and I looked across the water, and I could see the pier where I started,
Right.
and I was like, "I've been swimming for an hour and a half."
Yeah.
I basically swam round in like a circle.
Shit. An
So-
hour and a half. That's a fucking some swim, that, man.
Yeah, so I fucking lost it.
And did you think about
Aye.
doing it on another day?
Oh, I was like,
Was that what you were going to say? I'm not
like,
going to do it at all. Was it? I'm going to do this on another day. Yeah.
Because I was thinking was I've got
I've still got all that to do.
another swim. I've got all the swim to do, all the bike and all the run. I've basically lost 2 mile.
Yeah. Yeah. Shit.
So that was hard.
What made you not? The fact that you said you had, or what? Was there a conversation with your dad? Was there a?
I had
There's definitely a conversation with yourself.
Yeah, it was a conversation. I just had to accept it,
Yeah.
and you have to accept it. And I had a strategy, so I had to accept it and just get back on with
Yeah.
my strategy, basically.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. So
I was never going to quit, but it was
It was close to getting rescheduled.
But again, I had a lot of accountability. I told a lot of people I was doing it.
Yeah.
What
was the hardest part of that? That part, the bike, the run, or
the run?
I mean, that run's no joke. How long was the run? 42 miles.
43 mile.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. And I walked the whole thing. So I ran for 5 minutes, walked for a minute, ran for 5, did the whole lot.
Shit.
That was hard. I got the shits halfway through.
Oh, okay.
Aye. And
was that because of all the energy things you were doing, or all them gels and that?
just all the food and the energy gels and
Yeah,
stuff.
because that's. I think with Steve Green, I spoke about this. He was like, "That's one of the hardest parts is getting
stomach.
getting the calories in."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't run two steps without jumping in the bush.
Oh, really?
Aye.
That's like me now. I can't say 2 words without having a piss, and I'm in the middle of a fucking weight cut.
So yeah, it was hard. That was literally just a case of putting one foot in front of the other.
And would you say that's the hardest thing you've ever done?
No.
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 Oh, I tend to be on the next one.
The next challenge I set myself for the year after was a 1,000 mile triathlon.
Okay. What are the numbers on that?
That
then?
was the hardest thing. I did a 30-mile swim. 800.
How long did that take?
So I did it over 3 days. Did 10 mile a day.
Okay.
In a Scottish loch in the Highlands.
Yeah.
On my own, with a little bit of help from my mate. And then I cycled 870 mile right the way down the country. And then I ran 100 mile.
Fuck me.
In 12 days.
Again, why?
That was the hardest thing I've ever done.
Charity, to challenge yourself.
I challenged myself. Charity.
What did you learn about yourself that was different in those ones then? Because 12 days is no joke. Those distances are no joke.
I learned I really had to dig deep. Built up a lot of resilience.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just surprised myself.
Yeah.
Because I genuinely started that challenge thinking that I can't do it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you didn't believe in yourself? You just like...
just thought it was going to be too much.
Yeah. But you did it anyway?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
And I had... so the swim was all right, even though it was cold for 3 days.
And the swim was 10 miles a day for 3 days. And how long is 10 miles, how long does that take you?
I did it in like 3 sessions. So I was doing a couple hours in the morning, getting out, having some food, going back doing it. It was about 6-7 hours.
Fuck me. So that's like 18 hours of swimming.
Then I hopped on the bike.
Yeah.
Weather was horrific. Broke 2 bikes.
Oh, shit.
I did 2
that's
days.
two more excuses to quit.
I did 2 days with like 2 gears.
Oh, shit.
So I bust the bike. I fell off twice and busted both bikes.
Fucking hell.
Aye.
Again, mate, why didn't you quit? Those are easy outs then, because that's not on you. That, my bike broke, I can't do it.
I had phoned my dad on the bike and said, I need picked up.
Yeah.
So I was, bear in mind, I was cycling from the top of Scotland to the bottom of Great Britain on my own.
Right.
So I was just on my own, basically.
Shit.
So I'd phoned my dad and said, I'm done.
Uh-huh.
So I basically fell off again. I'd broken another bike. I'd managed to cycle to the top of this big hill.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got a message off Jane from the Dragonfly Cancer Trust. And she said, you're doing amazing. Your charity pot's up to $5,000 or something like that. Keep going.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I send you a video message from one of the a girl who died, basically, from the mother? And I was like, yeah, send it through. So she sent us this video message of a mother basically sending me a message saying like how like amazing it was that I was raising money and doing what I was doing. And I was like, fucking hell.
Yeah.
Like, I'm whinging about
a broken bike.
A broke bike. I'm a bit tired.
Mm-hmm.
And she's
Lost her daughter.
lost her daughter, aye.
Fucking hell.
So that was like halfway through the bike.
Yeah.
And
that's a fucking comparison for a minute. I'm whining about this and
I've had another one similar, which happened to us recently.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Which again just made us think I'm going to do something else.
Yeah. Shit, man. That's fucking deep.
Like, when you say like a comparison frame,
yeah.
That basically I just cracked on.
Yeah.
I pulled my calf on the bike. I did 100 miles with a pulled calf.
Oh shit.
The bottom of my foot was was that badly blistered. It was basically a full sack of fluid on the bottom of my foot.
And that was before the run?
On the run.
On the run?
Aye. Jill and the kids came down, Jill, my wife,
yeah,
when I was on day 2 of the run. Mm-hmm. And I was that tired, I can't even remember her turning up.
Oh,
and Jill ran for half a marathon with us. I can't remember.
Fucking hell. Wow, mate.
Yeah.
That's no joke, man.
So.
Shit. And what you're saying is all that kept you going was this comparison frame of this is hard, but that's harder.
Yeah, but it's the same. I've had another experience more recently. So a young lad put in a referral. He got diagnosed with terminal cancer last year, I think.
Yeah.
And he wanted to eat out in a Michelin star restaurant. So the charity organised a meal for him in Pine.
Oh, yeah. Great restaurant.
And I said, listen, they're struggling for money.
Yeah.
I'll take him and whoever he wants to take up in the car.
Yeah.
Take them there, have their meal, and I'll take them back.
Yeah.
And then, so I went and picked them up. It was him and his stepdad in the car.
Amazing.
And he was just like, he'd embraced everything. He was like, I want to do this. I want to experience this. I want to eat lobster. I want to do this.
Yeah. And
he was just saying before I die, basically. Just a young lad, like early 20s.
Holy shit.
That
attitude changed yours?
Yeah. So took him to the restaurant. He went in the restaurant. He came out. He was like over the moon. Like,
was he?
Aye. Best experience of his life and all that. So
shit. I mean, that is a great restaurant. Like, I love it there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's passed away now. And that just had a massive impact on us because the comparison frame, I was like, you can't.
I'm whining about this.
There's not many worse situations than somebody telling you that you're going to die in the next few months.
Fuck me.
So, yeah, that's but I can use that type of stuff to get us through things like that.
Yeah, of course you can.
And it has an impact on people.
Yeah, because whatever you're going through, really, there's not many things.
It doesn't matter, does it?
Yeah. That's fucking sick, man. Just talk to me about then. We've done all this fitness stuff. What are some of the other results you've had in your life since kind of stepping up back in 2019?
So, back in 2000, so when I started here, I think I was still employed.
Oh, fucking hell.
I'd had a business.
Yeah.
And then I was employed.
Yeah. And
then I basically started another business.
Yeah.
With a mate of mine.
Yeah.
Which, again, another experience, another lesson.
Yeah. Yeah. There'll be a lot of people nodding their heads. Yeah, that is an experience.
Yeah. So, that finished. And then we started another business, construction business. that grew from basically me as a completely one man band,
Plastering walls, doing outdoor taps.
doing outdoor taps,
Yeah.
kitchens, plastering, all sorts,
Yeah.
to a team of 9, like full-time employed,
Yeah. Full-time employed.
more subcontractors,
Yeah.
office.
Yeah.
We then bought another business,
Mhm.
interior design business.
Yeah.
So we had a bigger team, more vehicles, more staff,
Yeah.
all that sort of stuff. So
And then the new thing.
yeah, so now we still do the interiors, but we're doing basic development. So we've
Building.
Yeah.
Houses.
building mansions.
Shit, man.
So we bought land, and we're building 2 houses on it.
Shit. And you still have a lot of freedom to do all the training.
Yeah, I'm still doing training, so I'm training for stuff at the minute.
What are you training for? Except beating everyone in Unstoppable at paddle.
I've got
Fucking snake.
I've just got an Ironman in August.
He's just got an Ironman.
Yeah,
Just got an Ironman. There must be a...
but I might
There's
try
something
else.
bigger here. There's the Ironman's a fucking warm up for something else.
Like
Isn't it?
Ironman's a training event. Yeah. So,
Is it?
Yeah.
What you got in mind?
So the first world record that I did, somebody beat it. It's actually been beaten a few times now.
Yeah.
So I might try and beat that one.
Who beat it? Was it Will and
Well, Steve Green beat it.
Steve Green beat it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went and helped him do that.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. I thought, for some reason, I thought you did it before him. He did it before you.
No.
You did it after you. And then his missus beat it, didn't you?
Yeah.
Her and Will.
Her and Will, and then somebody's beat it a couple. I think it's been beaten again now.
Oh, really?
Aye.
And what are the beat? How fast it's been done or how long it is?
No, it's just distance.
Distance.
Aye, you're just not allowed to stop.
Right. Just so you know, I will never beat that. I have no desire to beat that.
Yeah.
Fucking
I attempted a world record last year.
Yeah. You got injured, didn't you?
Got injured, yeah.
You fucked your back pretty bad.
Yeah.
Ian, let's bring this kind of back to real life right now. Let's just say someone's listening, they're in the trade, they're a bit fucking lost, they're a bit all over the place, the way you were. What's your recommendations for them?
My recommendations: get yourself involved in something like what you're doing. Like everybody's trying to like go it alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
For the biggest thing for me was the change of environment.
Yeah.
And peer group.
Yeah. Huge. I think it's the fastest way to change your life.
And that was the thing that I was scared to do.
Yeah.
But it like had to be done. I'm not saying ditch everybody that you currently know.
Yeah. I think you just got to get around people playing a bigger game who are going in the same direction as you, who want similar things to you, who are maybe already there. I think that's fucking massive. I've done that in every area of my life.
Yeah.
You got to get around people that are better than you, I think.
Exactly, aye.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and I did that, so...
Because let's face it, Ian, right? Being an entrepreneur is lonely as fuck.
Really
It's
lonely,
fucking hard. And when you start employing people, you'd be like, no one... When you're on your own, no one gets it. But when you start employing people, no one gets what it's like to employ people either. It's just a fucking lonely...
Yeah.
It can be a very lonely place. Your partner might not get it. Your fucking friends probably don't get it because they're not self-employed. Probably work for you, actually. Your family don't... Like, no one fucking gets it. So I think being around people that get it, just that is a fucking game changer.
The biggest things for me, I didn't have any direction, which is massive. So goal setting is huge for that. So set yourself some goals.
Yeah, create a sense of purpose, create some things to get excited about that light you up. Yeah, scare you a little bit.
You're running around and you haven't really got any, you're busy, but you've got no direction.
Yeah, you're going around in circles.
Yeah, and set goals and like what you said.
I think that with no direction, Ian, it's the equivalent, and this will resonate with a lot of people listening. You're running 90 miles an hour to fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
You're going 90 miles an hour on a treadmill and you're getting fucking nowhere. Or you don't know where you're getting, or you don't know where you're heading. It just feels hard.
And do challenge yourself, do something uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. Like loads of people.
It doesn't have to be fitness, by the way.
No.
It could be anything.
Yeah, but get out your comfort zone, get out your environment, and do something, because so many people just want to stay in that little comfort bubble.
Yeah.
But that's where you...
But they're not really comfortable. If you're having a drink every weekend, that's not comfort.
But it just leads to uncomfort.
Yeah. You get more discomfort.
Yeah, discomfort, aye.
Yeah.
So environment, goal setting, just get, create some accountability. Like, get some direction.
What I love about what you're doing, Ian, is you think about this fitness thing it's about you because you got in shape, you improved your capacity, it's impacted your business. But I think also, and I think you've mentioned this before, it's just impacted a lot of other people, not just the people in the charity, but it's probably impacted your kids to be more active.
Yeah.
It's probably impacted your team. It probably has helped your business because it's got you a bit of exposure.
Yeah, so
people see you as, this is interesting, this. I believe that, and this has just been on my mind recently, I would hate to be known as unreliable, right? I think it's a terrible reputation for a business owner to get, is that he's unreliable, they're unreliable. And this sounds weird, but being a businessman that can take on that kind of fitness challenge, I think just demonstrates that you're reliable.
Yeah.
It's an interesting thing, that is. So you'll have generated business as a result of the fitness stuff as well, right?
Yeah.
And I know that's not why you didn't do it, but a side effect is people think this guy's a real deal.
100%. So I know for a fact I've generated business through doing the fitness stuff because people have contacted us and said, "Oh, I've seen this."
Yeah.
And then obviously they look at your profile.
Yeah. Can you do an outdoor tap?
Realise you're a builder, do outdoor taps. But it's just that whole network of people, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like being involved in a network.
Yeah. It's huge.
Is massive because it can just create opportunity and people might find out about you because you've done some fitness thing.
Yeah.
But then they find out you do other things.
Yeah.
Like building or whatever.
Yeah. And then they do you for that, and then they're like, "Who did you this for you?" And then
Yeah. And
then you get this fucking ripple effect.
Yeah. Like what you say, oh, he's done that.
Yeah.
But he's obviously like reliable or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Class. Ian, last one. Who is, because we started with Unstartable, we started with where you are. Who's Unstartable perfect for? Who's my program perfect for?
Any businessman, self-employed, or somebody who's got their own business and is looking to not even necessarily grow the business, but just enjoy whether it's enjoy the business, grow the business, live a more balanced life, maybe get a bit of a better work-life balance.
Class.
Even though I've done all the fitness stuff, I feel like my life's quite well balanced. So
Mate,
I do a lot of
sensational.
That's why I family stuff as well.
Yeah, you do a lot of family stuff. You're always away. You always get your boys' weekends away with the lads.
Yeah.
Not the lads. His two sons. You're always doing a lot of shit with Jill, taking out all those nice restaurants, doing the fit. Mate, I find it inspirational. That's why I wanted you on. So, where can everyone that's listening find out more about Ian Lambert? Where's the best place?
Probably Facebook.
Yeah.
Facebook.
Are you still on OnlyFans?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Well, I hear there's a bit of money to be made on there.
I've heard a rumour about that. It depends on how big your dick is, doesn't it? Yeah, you got that big dick energy. So, Facebook, Ian Lambert.
Yeah.
Are you doing a bit of LinkedIn?
I don't like LinkedIn.
No, me neither.
No.
I was talking about that today. The first thing I think when I look at LinkedIn is, no, you didn't.
No.
I just see a bunch of fucking bullshit. Love it. Ian Lambert on Facebook. Guys, thank you so much for listening. Don't forget, leave us a like, a subscribe, and hit Ian up if you need anything. Ian Lambert, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, sir.